Hello, and welcome to the Sanibel Captiva Guide podcast. Today, I'd like you to join us in welcoming Jackie Parker, who has a long title, so I'm going to use a cheat street here, but she's the
cheat street?
Cheat sheet.
Oh, cheat.
Communications manager at the Lee County Visitor Convention Bureau. Now, you might wonder, why are you here today? Well, there is a particular festival that's coming up, and tell us a little bit about that. It's one that we went to last year. Excellent festival. Well, tell us a little bit about that, and then we'll get back to what the actual Convention Bureau does.
Yeah, terrific. So I'm here today, and thank you so much for having me. I'm just tickled to be here. Island Hopper Songwriter Fest, and that's coming up September 16th through the 25th, and it will be on Captiva and downtown Fort Myers and Fort Myers Beach.
Okay, we're coming back to that. Now let's rewind a little bit. For those that don't know, can you tell us a little bit about the Lee County Convention Visitors Bureau?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's call it the VCB.
VCB.
Okay, we're going to just stick with VCB, Visitors and Convention Bureau. There we go.
So the main goal of the VCB is to bring in, to increase the bed tax for Lee County.
And what does that mean? What's the bed tax?
The bed tax is when someone stays in a hotel, they pay a bed tax, and that goes to the county, and that's very important because tourism is the number one economic
lifeblood
driver
of our area here.
It is,
for sure.
It is. In Florida, number one. Lee County, Southwest Florida, number one. Yeah. And why not? I mean,
why not? It's a perfect place to come.
It is a beautiful place. It's just nature.
Yeah.
And so that is what the VCB, the Visitor and Convention Bureau, is tasked with.
Okay. So basically you take the money from the bed tax and you use it to promote our area.
Right. We use it to market the area for people who live outside of Lee County, and sort of, let's just say outside of Lee County. They might see commercials in, your family in Chicago or New York or Boston or the UK.
Right across the pond,
We'll see commercials with this Fort Myers Islands, beaches, and neighborhoods. And that is what we are known as, nationwide and internationally.
Right, which is a new branding for our area. So tell everybody again what we are now.
Yes, we are Fort Myers Islands, beaches, and neighborhoods.
Right.
And that changed earlier this year. Previously, you might have known us as the beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel.
Right.
But, brands change, and this, aligns us more with, RSW Airport, which is something that people think of when they're coming to the area. I'm coming to Fort Myers.
Right.
Well, it's just one less thing that people have to think about.
Right, exactly. And it does encompass everybody because we are more than, even though we obviously promote Sanibel and the islands out here, there's so many wonderful places about this area.
Yes, there's just, so many, inland opportunities and fun things for people to do, with our parks, 6 Mile Cypress Slough, shopping, restaurants.
Yeah, downtown Fort Myers, everything. Right, exactly. We're going to put that.
This may be a silly question, but do you know how many countries exactly we're advertised in?
Just a quick message before we get back to the show. We put a ton of effort into bringing you quality content, so if you would like to help us share our love of the islands, here are several easy ways. Firstly, you can support us on Patreon. You could purchase an island souvenir from our Etsy store. You can metaphorically buy us a coffee, which is an easy way to donate a couple of bucks.
Don't you prefer tea?
Well, I do, kind of. Also, like and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with all things Sanibel and Captiva. And finally, show some love to our sponsors. Let them know we sent you. All the links are in the description below. Now, back to the episode.
Our area?
I know the markets that we target. We target Canada and Germany are our number one targets.
Really?
And when in season, how often have you seen Canadian license plates? I mean, they're here everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I see a lot of Germans too.
Yes. And lots of Germans. And so we have those are the top two, and then the UK and the Scandinavian countries, and I'm forgetting one. Let's see. That's it.
Yeah,
really?
That's it. Those are the main ones. But we also do marketing. There are tourism events that are around the world. In South America and and in Europe, and we go to those as well.
Right. So you have a booth set up of some sort.
Yes.
Promoting our area.
Could you target maybe the airlines? Maybe we could get a direct flight from England. Millie and I would like that.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful because we've got with Lufthansa, we've got direct flights, and that's why there's so many German visitors because they can fly direct.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you can fly from Fort Myers.
Amazing.
To Germany, to this adorable, great airport.
Yes,
sure.
That's true.
Sure.
We do have a great airport.
Yeah.
So, and also just to mention with our airport, we have on our team there's a group of folks out there, visitor services, and we have full-time employees, and then we have over 100 volunteers.
Yay, volunteers
who are giving people shell necklaces and just sort of, if they're in a bind, helping them out. If there's like a language thing, many of our volunteers, speak,
different languages.
Seven languages.
Right. So that's a booth at the airport that people can visit.
Several booths.
Several booths. Okay.
And they're always aware when, when it's like a first-time flight, they'll do something special. Just lots of different things, and it's something that you don't see at every international airport.
A lot of them have TVs behind, I think, don't they? So look for the booths with the TVs.
Right.
Lots of kiosks.
Right. So
if you need with this logo,
with that logo, perfect. So tell us a little bit about. So this is mainly you're using those advertising dollars and taking it around the world, trying to spread the good word of Fort Myers and local areas. But this isn't a particular event that you put on. So tell us a little bit about the event and what happens. And so it's the Captiva. So it's a songwriters festival.
The Island Hopper Festival, which means
Hopper Festival, and
you're hopping from Captiva to Fort Myers Beach in downtown Fort Myers.
Can I say something really quick?
Yes.
I want to get this. We also use that money for improvements in the county, for a beach and shoreline renourishment and things like that.
Really?
So yes. So the money, there's a large percentage of that tax dollars that goes back into the community.
Didn't know that.
So I would be remiss. I would be remiss. I know my VCB colleagues are like, hey, what about that? So.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Good. All right, so on to the Island Hopper Festival coming up. Tell us, give us a little rundown.
Okay, it's going to be fantastic. The newest thing with the Island Hopper this year is we have an app that is available on the App Store and on Google Play. So you can download that app to get up-to-the-minute information on hotel deals, lots of great hotel deals out there, and all of the songwriters that are going to be performing. We've got about 80 performers that are going to be doing over 100 performances on Captiva. It'll be 3 nights. It'll start off on a Friday night, Saturday and Sunday on Captiva, and then go downtown to downtown Fort Myers Beach for Tuesday through Thursday, and then Friday, the final Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be at Fort Myers Beach.
So we were there. We were there last year, and
on Captiva,
and I've got to say, if anybody's into music, they have to go. And it's the strangest concept. It's not a strange concept, but you'll sit in a restaurant that we were at RC Otters last year for one.
Monkey Ducks. You went to all of them, I think.
We went to all of them, but we happened to be sitting at RC Otters, and then there's a lady playing where she normally would be at any other time. There's always musicians there, but then if you look at the schedule, this is actually somebody who's headlined in a country band, incredible musical chops, and he's playing right there in Captiva.
Right.
I mean, there's some
4 feet away from you.
Yeah. Incredible musician. So if you're into music, I mean, it is
more, and it is spun towards country music.
It is. It's country, Americana. I'm a big Americana fan, and I'm also, a big country fan too.
Yeah.
But it's kind of that gamut. We bring in, one of our sponsors, our presenters is BMI, and they are a songwriting, agency in Nashville, and so they are tasked with the job of bringing singer-songwriters here, and so it's a crop of new singer-songwriters and some mainstays. Some folks who have written hits for George Strait and Garth Brooks are here, and you get to talk to them, if you want, and you can hear the stories of hey, I fiddled with this until I got this right, and here's what I started off with, and so you really kind of get an idea
Right.
of how this all happened.
That's what I
There's lots
enjoyed
of
about it.
storytelling, yeah.
Right. That's what I enjoyed about it last year was the storytelling. They're playing the songs, but like you say, they're giving the background of the story or the song and
Yes.
how they wrote it and things like that. So,
Yeah,
which I
and
think-
and you were at Captiva, which is the kickoff, and it's it's the most exciting because everybody's just so happy to be there, and especially with we're I would say. I don't know that officially coming out of COVID, but it's like people are
Feeling
maybe taking
more
their first
comfortable.
trip,
Yeah, that's true.
kind of thing. So they're excited to be out and about, just living their life, walking up and down Andy Rossi Lane,
Right.
and every hour, it's a different performer or performers. Usually, it's it's two performers at once, and they're kind of riffing off each other,
Right.
which is great too.
And
So
so
is that-
intimate, those
Yeah.
performances,
Yeah.
just right there, like Nick
Yeah.
said, right, but right close by.
Is it going to be just? I know Twin Waters has been a part of it in the past, but
Yes.
is it? I know they're under construction now. Is it just going to be, as far as the Captiva leg? Is it just going to be around Andy Rossi Lane?
It'll be around Andy Rossi Lane, and then it'll be at poolside at Twin
Twin
Waters
Oh,
Waters.
it's
also.
still doing some at Twin Waters.
So yeah, so that's
Excellent.
great.
Gotcha.
And,
And we don't want to take away from the other venues. It's just the one that we happened to go to last year, but
Yeah.
Fort Myers Beach and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And then
So download the app.
download
first
the
of all.
app. We
The first
understand
thing.
there's an app for all the information.
Yeah, do a search for Island Hopper.
Right.
and
But
it'll come
speaking
up.
of headliners, tell us who the main guy is, which he's awesome.
Gary Levox of Rascal Flats.
Yes, the lead
Really?
singer from Rascal Flats is on a solo tour at the
Right.
moment, I guess.
Yes, and he is going to be performing, and Rascal Flats, is very, very popular. He's still with them, but he's just kind of breaking out and doing a solo thing right now.
Right.
What was the song? One of my favorites was "Fast Cars and Freedom." I always liked that
Okay,
song. But
can you sing that for us, Jackie?
no, hear him sing it. But yeah, that'll be at. He'll be performing on the last show on Sunday, the 25th at
Is he at Pink Shell?
it's Pink Shell.
Right.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Pink
Gotcha.
Shell.
So
I
how
have
do
a-
you get tickets?
Can I
for-
talk
sorry,
about Gary
yeah,
Flower? I have a 7 degree of separation. Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
From Gary. He was actually born in Ohio, my home, and my hometown, actually. We're almost the same age. And he had a little fling with a girlfriend of mine.
No way.
Yes, 7 degrees of separation. Right there.
Wow.
So we're kind of related, I think.
yeah.
Do you think that we should go?
Yeah, I think that merits a backstage pass.
I
or
think
something,
so
don't you
too,
think?
Gary. Hit me up, Gary.
Yeah, definitely. And tickets, to answer your question, on the app is where
Okay.
you buy tickets.
Buy
Is-
tickets.
Yeah, that's
Excellent.
where you buy your tickets. And just real quick, can I talk about there's some ticketed events.
Yes,
Most
okay.
most
Please, yeah.
everything is free.
Right.
And you know that.
Yeah.
Just walking up and down in Captiva, it's, hey, I'm going to go this show. I'm going to go this
Right.
one. I'll catch up with you at 8:30 or whatever.
Right. And obviously the restaurants want you to actually purchase their food and drinks and things like that.
Yes. And that's the whole impetus behind Island Hopper is, this is our 8th year. We didn't do one in 2020, but this is the 8th year that we've done this. And it was started in 2014 because, the Visitor and Convention Bureau has an advisory group called the Tourist Development Council, the TDC. And they wanted us to come up with something to help partners in September, in that shoulder
Slow
season
time.
when there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
And, kids have gone back to school, everybody's done their vacation, season is a few months away. We're hurting. It's our job to help, increase revenue.
Right.
What do you got? And the VCB came up with Island Hopper.
That's
Perfect.
cool.
Perfect,
That's great.
perfect,
Great
perfect.
idea. All right.
yeah.
So let's talk about these ticketed events.
Okay, all right. I just have to read
Yeah,
a couple
go
of
for it.
these. So on Saturday, September 17th at 2:00, there's going to be a house party on Captiva with Aaron Barker and Bobby Tomberlin, and that will be in a house called the Tuscany. And again, that is on the app, and that is free with limited seating. And another free house party on Sunday is at 2:15, and this is September 19th with Dylan Altman and Frank Myers. So, and that is in a house called the Captiva Star.
Oh, very cool.
Excellent.
So these are real house parties, and you can show up, but it's limited seating. So
But you have to get your
get
ticket.
there,
Right.
Yeah, get there early, and then in downtown Fort Myers at the Barrel Room, there will be on Monday night at 6:00. There will be a wine pairing featuring Lance Carpenter and Frank Myers. So that's a cool event. You have dinner, do some wine, enjoy some wine, and
All right.
have,
Can we go
have
to
a couple
all
of
these?
performers. Sure,
please?
sure. Come on down. And then on the 22nd, we're doing something really cool, a songwriter workshop. And that's going to be at Sidney and Byrne Davis Arts Center. And that'll be during the day. And Danny Myrick, a singer-songwriter, is going to be working with writers. So if you are an up-and-coming songwriter and you want to learn how, the ins and outs of songwriting, there's a workshop that's available to you.
That's
So that's
cool.
pretty cool.
That's
And then
very
that evening, there will be a songwriter showcase. And this is through the Americana Community Music Association, the ACMA. And they're going to be, this will also be at the Sidney Byrne Davis Arts Center. And performers Roy Schneider, Kim Mayfield, Ray Serbone, Robert Bidney, and Bill Metz will be doing a songwriter in the round performance.
Now, if you're not familiar with any of these artists, which you're not expected
Might
to
not
be,
be,
but
yeah.
all of them. But if you look them up, it tells you all about
Yes.
the different. It gives them their bio, what they've
Yes.
done, and some of them are songwriters that have written songs for other artists, and but just all interesting backgrounds for sure.
It'll be the kind of thing where you'll be walking down listening to music, and you'll hear a song, and it'll sound different because it might not be the
original, right?
It might not be Brad Paisley or whatever, but it's like, oh wow, he wrote, she wrote that song, or he wrote that
Right.
song.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of experience.
Yeah, it's very,
So-
very cool.
Very
So
Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Very
you get
cool.
a kind of an extra layer
Yes.
of
Yes.
of the story.
And Sidney Byrne Davis Art Center is an incredible venue downtown Fort
Yes.
Myers
They've been
too.
great partners. Great
Yeah.
partners. to
Are they
work
going to be
with.
doing rooftop, or is it actually in the?
I believe it's actually in the
Inside.
building, just
Okay.
because during
The amount of
the
people.
day and then the evening. So
Yeah.
so
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
Let's go.
So what's the name of the app again?
Island Hopper.
Island Hopper.
Island Hopper.
Okay.
It's easy.
I have a
Easy,
question.
easy.
How did you get involved in the VCB?
Funny story. Let's see. I studied and I was a journalist. I went to school to become a journalist, to become a reporter. And I'm originally from Paducah, Kentucky. And
I've heard all about it.
Paducah's great. I love Paducah. What do you know about Paducah?
He's,
I don't.
think he's
I was
lying.
being sarcastic.
So I went to school to study journalism and worked in newspapers, my whole career. I was travel editor at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, very cool.
And in 2012, I got laid off, and as many journalists did,
Yeah.
newspapers were shrinking. And what I was doing there was, going on press trips to places like Fort Myers, and that is also part of what we do on the PR team. Is we bring journalists in
Yes.
to write stories to help
Right.
promote tourism. We're coming at promoting tourism, at every angle.
Yeah.
And that is what we did. And that's what I used to do. I used to write travel stories. And so my husband and I, my mother-in-law lived in Naples, and my husband wanted to get back down to Florida. And it was almost as if when we decided that's what we wanted to do, this job presented itself.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I applied.
Fate.
And we've been here since 2017.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, and it's just the Visitor and Convention Bureau is has a lot of our team has several former journalists and a TV person, and so it's we like to think that we know and we can help what writers need and
Yeah.
when to leave them alone or when to give them
Gotcha.
assistance.
You
So-
know
That's
all about it.
awesome.
And let's talk. Another way you promote the area is through your own podcast.
Yes.
Tell us all about your podcast, Jackie.
Award-winning.
Award-winning.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so thank you for the plug. It's called Shellcast.
Shellcast. Check it out. It's really
check
good.
it out. Yeah, and it's available everywhere, wherever you download your podcast. And we the motto is it's a podcast that's a beach break for your ears. So I'm glad you guys didn't take it.
Oh
Because-
yeah, I know. Can we
There
steal
we
that?
Are we supposed to have one of those then? A motto? We didn't
I
get.
guess.
Did we
What's
get
our
a motto, Max?
Max,
We
what's
didn't get
our
a
motto?
motto. We're
Yeah,
about
I
to
don't
come up
know.
with one quick.
Oh, you guys are so proficient.
Yeah,
It's just, I mean, you set the bar high. I mean, you really, really do.
Right. So yours is more as an audio podcast.
Yes,
correct?
it's an audio podcast. And on our website, on our Visit Fort Myers website, there's a page dedicated
To your
to
Okay.
Shellcast. And we do, on the YouTube, we do add photos to it. So, you can do
Right.
it, look at it that way.
Okay.
But we are out in the field. You're in studio. We are out in the field because we want people to hear what this place is like, what this destination is like.
Yeah.
And the sounds of, like Captain Brian Holloway on the water, out on the boat with him. We've done that. And anytime we can get out to hear the sounds, and, tourists at Edison Ford Winter Estates, we're, with them milling around.
We were there last week, weren't we?
We did. We just went to Edison Ford, which we haven't been to since Max was little. Another great venue.
Yeah.
Good time.
That was a fun episode. It was, the title of that one is, what would Edison think about podcasts?
Yeah.
Because he was just always constantly, inventing things.
Yeah.
They basically invented everything that is required to make a podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
The early technology is what we're using now. Cameras and audio equipment.
Shout into a big trumpet.
Yeah, back then.
Trumpet,
but his original inventions have turned into this and this camera and all those mics in front of you.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
And the light bulbs behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And the cement in the building.
Amazing.
So we're going to be doing one after Island Hopper, and we'll use it also just to promote the 2023 Island Hopper. So if you're at Island Hopper, you'll see me, probably running around with my mic, interviewing folks.
Perfect.
And my goal, I'm excited because our theme music, we'd like to freshen that up a little bit, and so I'm going to see if I can get a couple of the performers,
neat.
singer-songwriters, to maybe do something.
Gary Levox.
Riff
he
on
needs
it.
to
Maybe
do
not Gary, but
Tell him we know each other.
yeah. Oh, that's right. I can do
I'm sure he remembers you, Mom.
Lori. Lori. Her friend.
Same state.
So we're excited about that, and we got the idea before COVID about maybe we should do a podcast, and then COVID hit, and it was like, hey, this would be a good tool, a good resource for people all around the world to if they're planning a trip or if they just need a break,
a beach break, for the ears.
So and it's really taken off, and it's funny, we kind of keep track of where it's popular, and it's popular in the areas that we want it to be popular in, the Boston area, the Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and
have you cracked Germany?
Yes. Yes, we have cracked Germany.
Nice.
Yes, we've got Germany, and we've got the UK and Canada. So,
very cool.
But it's very
Millie,
popular.
I don't want to put you on the spot here, but if you want to ask from Millie does social media for a record label, and that's part of her internship. So, if from the musical industry point of view, if you think of a question, don't hesitate to butt in and ask. I'm not going to put you on the spot right now.
I just think it's really cool that it's really focusing on the songwriters, because songwriters get so little appreciation, and they are like the backbone of the music industry. So it's a really cool way to have an event focused just around them.
Yeah, no, that's so true, and it's so true. And when you hear those stories, the backstories are almost as fun as actually listening to the music.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Good point.
So we cannot wait for the music festival.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to add, Jackie?
I should probably just say that the Island Hopper Songwriter Fest is presented by the Lee County Visitor and Convention Bureau, iHeartMedia, and BMI. And BMI is the largest music rights organization in the United States.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So and we couldn't do it without them. We couldn't do it without our partners. The hotels, restaurants, everybody in Lee County.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is, and it's something that we see people return visitors, and we see people from Lee County coming out to it. So it is, everyone is welcome.
Yeah.
Is there transportation put on for any of the events?
So out on Captiva, there's escargot.
Limited parking.
There's escargot.
Right. Tell everybody what escargot is, because I'm sure they have.
It's how do you describe it? It's like an
trolley.
exaggerated golf cart.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's like maybe 3 or 4 golf carts put together, and it looks like a shell, hence the escargot pun kind of thing. But there are, if you stay at hotels, some of them will have shuttles, but a lot of the deals are within walking distance.
Right.
So that's why we really encourage visitors to take advantage of those deals.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
Get a room out at South Seas or Tween
Waters.
or
right.
Yeah, stay for the weekend.
Yeah. And then just move on downtown. And the cool thing about downtown is because Captiva is it's so exciting. It's the first first
kickoff,
weekend and everything, the kickoff, right? That downtown Fort Myers is a little more low key. It's a little sedate. kind of gets you back in gear for Fort Myers Beach, because it kicks back up. So yeah, but
so download the app.
Yes, please.
Get your tickets and come on out.
And literally before we came on air, you were saying, I'm going to say this a lot, but everything is on the app. So really take your word for it.
It is.
Everything's on the app. So.
It is. And we also have a website too for people who might be, they don't want to download an app or whatever, but on islandhopperfest.com, and just follow us on social. We're available on Instagram. You can find performances on YouTube. We're on Twitter, Facebook. Yeah.
There's no excuse not to find you.
And just on another note, I was walking down Andy Rossi Lane last night. We're very fortunate in this area to have top draw musicians as it is. So to add this program to what I was walking down, we had Chris Workman was playing in at the Key Lime Bistro. And I just walked past, just phenomenal musicians in the local area anyway. So to have this on top, it's kind of fitting, it really is,
And Sheena Brooke.
Who was on The Voice.
She's
going to be performing. She was on The Voice. Yes. Absolutely amazing talent.
Brian Sutherland, a local artist, he'll be performing. It is a really great mix. It's a great mix of some legends and newcomers too. So we're very
looking forward to it. We will definitely be there for sure.
I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Carter Smith, who will be performing as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? Oh, cool. I think we saw Carter
saw Carter at Fort Fest.
Yes, that was another music festival at the Alliance for the Arts.
Yep.
Perfect. Do you know where he's going to be, Max?
He's in downtown Fort Myers and Fort Myers Beach, I believe.
Okay.
I think he's performing in both.
Right.
Well, we should go and see him.
Yeah,
and that's,
definitely.
And that's the thing. There are some performers that are only playing one venue, but most of them you should be able to catch them
multiple times.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Which is great.
Cool. All right, so we're on to our trivia portion of the...
I have some Island Hopper themed trivia.
All right.
I was scouring the Island Hopper website for some trivia.
All right. I hope you found it met your needs.
Oh, it did. It was a very good website.
Good.
Better than most websites that I've tried to find trivia on.
We've got
the history and everything, so it's good stuff. All right.
So let's see if Jackie knows the answers.
Pressure's on, Jackie.
Yeah, right?
All right, so Max will ask a question. You just secretly write your answer, and then we'll see who.
All right. Let's see who was paying attention earlier. The inaugural Island Hopper Songwriter Festival happened in what year?
Jackie's writing already. Oh, gosh.
It was said earlier in the episode.
I know.
Don't show them yet. Don't show them yet. They'll cheat. Let's see.
Can I count on my fingers?
Oh, Carter's playing at City Tavern in downtown Fort Myers and Luminary.
Okay.
And Soho.
I'm changing.
And just a couple of others while they're doing their things. Alana Springsteen, no relation. She is 21 years old, and she's hyped as a rising star by both E! News and People Magazine. She'll be performing, so excited about that. Okay, we ready?
Yep.
Nick, what'd you put?
Firstly, I'd like to say woohoo, because I think I've got it right. And secondly, I'd like to say 2014.
I said 2015.
Oh, no. 2014. Dad, your wahoo was justified.
And I did some deep math on that, too. Did you see me? I'm counting on my fingers.
This is how you raise.
All right. 1, 0.
All right. 0 for you, Mom.
Dang.
All right.
At the inaugural festival, an iconic performance took place at what famous Captiva artist's house?
Oh, okay.
I can't. There can't be extra.
Spelling counts?
No, spelling does not count. As long as I can.
I don't even think I can begin to write it. Okay.
Oh.
In 2014, it took place at his house. I think it was the first time it was open to the public. This house.
Are you still writing? Wow, that's a long...
I don't even know. I'm just going to say it.
All right, Dad, you go first.
Robert Rosenbauer.
Let me see what you wrote.
I didn't get to the end of it because I couldn't even figure it out.
I put Russian. Oh, that looks better spelling.
Russienberg.
Yeah.
Russienberg.
I don't know who spelled it right because I spelled it differently than everyone.
That's a G.
Yeah.
Russienberg. Yeah.
Russienberg. And I think it is R-A-U.
Yeah, I have R-A-U. S-C-H-E-N-B-E-R-G.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks about right.
I missed an N. Sorry.
There's 0 points.
All right. We're going back into the history. One of 2021's headliners, Jimmy Allen, got his first national exposure auditioning for what show?
Oh, okay.
Bonus point if you can tell me what year it was.
Oh gosh.
Write the year down just to see.
Okay. Yeah, he performed last year, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Which year did he perform, Max?
No.
No,
He
I thought
performed
that's what
last year.
No,
He performed
what did
at
you
Island
say?
Hopper.
Oh, Island Hopper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was one of the headliners last year.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
sweet.
he was on
I think he was the final act, wasn't
Yes.
he?
He was the final
and he
act,
was on
yes.
Dancing with the Stars too.
Well, why'd you have to say that?
Oh,
he
yeah,
was.
thanks.
That was my next question.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. It wasn't the answer to this one. Okay, I'll put it back then.
Okay, Jackie, what did you put?
I put The Voice.
I put American Idol.
I put a voice.
Mom,
Tell
you
me.
take it. Is American Idol, and I believe it was in 2010.
Oh.
2010, and he only made it to the first round, and then he made it through auditions, and then was out after that.
And then he was
That's
out.
right. We
And
actually-
he had this whole inspirational quote about "Don't let people tell you no."
Right, and here he is.
Now he's made it big.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
All right, who wins?
me. I had Idol.
No, you don't win.
But who wins the whole thing?
It's
I
a
think
draw.
it's a
supposed to be keep-
three-way tie.
Is
it?
We all got
No.
two. Yeah.
Oh, we all got two.
Yeah.
Everyone ring the bell. A rare three-way tie.
Thank you.
Everybody's a winner on the Sanibel Captiva Guy podcast. You win. You win a bell.
Well, awesome. Thank you
Thanks
so
for that.
much for coming in. And don't forget that app.
Yes.
And letting everybody know. I can't recommend it enough. We went last year. We actually had a fantastic time. And we will be doing it again for sure this year. And we should definitely go and see some other venues as well. Because
Yeah.
we only did Captiva last time. So
I'm coming
make
to
sure
see you,
check
Gary.
Make sure you check out the podcast. The name of the podcast again?
Shellcast.
Shellcast. Okay,
yeah.
excellent, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Okay, and a quick shout out to our supporters. Without our supporters, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So show some love to Bailey's General Store, Doc Ford's Rum Bar and Grill, the Pfeiffer Realty Group, Spoondrift Island Bowls, Sanibel Carts, GatorBites Tail and Ale, 3 Crafty Ladies, Suncatchers Dream, Kingfisher Vacation Rentals, Priscilla's of Sanibel, and Coco y Cabana. Thanks very much, and we'll see you on the next one.